Well, come back to NORL Formula 1 2018 for round number 8 of this championship. Will you join us halfway through one-shot qualifying for the wonderful French Grand Prix at the new circuit of Circuit de Paul Ricard, an oversized car park, some would say. Others would say a very tight and twisty circuit that allows you to make mistakes and still remain in the Grand Prix. Busy weekend for esports, and NORL no exception. Rainbow Six Pro League finals in Rio de Janeiro, Formula 1 esports finals in London, and of course the Gran Turismo finals in Monaco, and now the Nemesis Online Racing League Round 8 in Paul Ricard. And it looks like it's going to be very close between Niblo and Chazza, and that little slide could just give Niblo the edge to the line. Who's going to take pole position? It is Chazza by a tenth of a second taking pole position, but the Ferraris are almost a second clear of third place. Absolutely flying out the front. Looks quite easy for Ferrari here today. You wouldn't be wrong. Looks quite easy, doesn't it? Will it be? 0.8 of a second is the gap to first to third, but only a tenth separates the Ferraris. Stellar job by Dougie Afroman to be up in fourth place. However, he is on ultra softs, whereas the two Italians behind him on super softs. And Lord Jordan Destes come up in 7th and 8th. Anel Tanovic 9th. Murcielago rounds out the top 10. Galactic Skull 2 just missing. Then it's Subaru Ryan. Then Kevin Jacobs. And then after a long hiatus due to medical concerns is Nemesis Racing. He's ahead of Seppi and Testameister, who serves his qualifying ban for contact. Not sure if it probably wasn't deliberate, but for race contact with Callum and Colin last summer, who you saw him put them both in the wall. And he will start at the back of the grid as his punishment. So let's go racing in France. Let's complete another esports event this weekend and round it all off before the work week begins. So we're just waiting for the cars to form on the grid. And then we get ready for a formation lap, which you see now. Chazza will lead away from a very slow-going Niblo, who's still half asleep. Niblo waking up at an ungodly hour to partake in this, so his dedication right up there. Great effort for him. So Callum Spencer lines up third, another impressive qualifying. Not quite his pole position of of Canada, sorry, but he will line up on third. Subaru Ryan and Kevin Jacobs gets disqualified from the formation lap, but at least Subaru Ryan can actually start a race this time, as he was disqualified last time out. So like we said, good effort from Dougie Afroman to be up in fourth place. He's done a stellar job. Best qualifying of the season, no doubt. Ragnar will line up behind on the super soft tyres. He is a man to watch out for. This man, the first of the super soft tyres, as you can see, he's ahead of Danny Ibn Laha, who's in a similar situation. He has to focus on Ragnar, mainly focus on Ragnar today. Shouldn't have to worry about Anel Tanovic and Murcielago on that alternate strategy as well. Galactic Skull 2 starting on the soft tyres, as is Kevin Jacobs. Both them guys looking like they're going to go very, very long into the first stint. Nemesis Racing on the Ultra Softs didn't really have the pace of any other Ultra Soft runner, mainly because he is back for the first time in a long time due to a back injury. We hope you get well soon. Valeria, all of us here from GamingNow. Great effort, though, still to be doing what you're doing. And best of luck to the Haas driver today. Steffi, 15th, and of course, Testameister will start all the way from 16th due to that qualifying ban. Danny G, back in here to support his main man, Lord Jord UK. Welcome back, Danny. I hope you enjoy your stay, and I hope you enjoy the racing that is about to begin. Now, as you can see, there's not a lot of space between the grid slots whatsoever. You can see just how short these are to each other. Now these super soft guys are going to really struggle to get away as we get ready to go racing then. We have yellow flags already as we get ready for 5 red lights. Lights down, away we go. Callum J. Spencer starts things off with a drive-through penalty for a jump start. Who gets a better run out of the Ferraris? It is Chazza. Great start by Dougie Aframan passing Callum Spencer. Despite the jump start, Callum not prepared to make the most of it. Ragnar looking up the inside of Callum Spencer. Nowhere to go. Everyone going off the track on the turn 2 Tombex. Great start for Danny Ibn Lahar. He's passed the main man he needed to worry about in Ragnar. Now he's looking like he can do anything on Callum Spencer. No, Callum Spencer goes wide, makes a mistake of his own. Danny Ibn Lahar can look to start pressurising. We can see movement in the background. It's Lord George going around the outside of Anel Tanovic. Anel cleaning up on the inside, trying to hold that one. You can see we've got more movement in the background, which is the hat of Kevin Jacobs and the Red Bull of Subaru Ryan. Great start for Kevin Jacobs, sees him up all the way in P9. Lord George UK looking like he's trying to go around the outside of Anel Tanovic, nothing doing. Danny Ibn Lahar trying to go up the inside of Callum Spencer, nothing doing either. Out the first chicane we come for the first lap, and it's very close. Great start by Anel Tanovic, up 2 positions into 7th place. Apologies, Danny Ibn Lahar still looking for a way past Callum Spencer. Up the inside, the flat-out right-hander. Nothing doing, has to back out of it. That's going to cost him some time to Ragnar. Ragnar looking like he can make a move. That's not usually a place you make a move, but if you're daring enough, it is possible, as Anel Tanovic proves. Up the inside, great move by Anel Tanovic up into P6. Lord Joy UK seeing if he can do anything around the outside. A little bit of a traffic jam forming behind Callum Spencer. As we go into the final corner, holding tight on the apex, thinks, oh, the inside, because Callum Spencer's gone astronomically wide. Callum Spencer looking like he wants to serve that drive from straight away. No, he doesn't. Stays up for another lap. Danny Ibn Lahar now on the outside for turn 1. Needs to get the move done before we reach the braking zone. If he wants to pass Callum Spencer around the outside, because Callum will be eager to not let that happen. Callum holds them up, and look at the battle forming behind this bottleneck of the Force India. So here we go, Danny Ibn Lahar finally on the inside into sector 1. Is he going to do it? Gets the back end out, sliding. Iron wall of defence from Callum Spencer. Refuses to let him go. Danny still wanting to get up the inside. Now Callum Spencer makes a mistake, goes wide. That's the opportunity that Danny was looking for. Can Anel Tanovic capitalise on this as well? No. Callum Spencer might actually come back at Danny Ibn Lahar here. Murcielago in the pit lane. Is it for damage? Or we do not know. But we can see Callum Spencer in the slipstream. Pulls to the outside of Danny Ibn Lahar. Now Danny will want to do what Callum Spencer did, which was brake super late to prevent anyone going around the outside. But Callum Spencer brakes later, goes off the circuit, and does finally subdue the position to the Renault. Anel Tanovic seeing if he can do absolutely anything as we head into the next flat-out right-hand corner. Danny Ibn Lahar is released on the super soft tyres and is now the main threat to the Ferraris up front, as they are a whopping 1.7 ahead of Dougie Aframan. Anel Tanovic hitting Callum Spencer off the racing line there. That very much looked like a deliberate bumpered run from Anel Tanovic. Now Callum Spencer losing a position to Lord Jordan in the progress. I'm sure that Anel will be investigated for that. We have a spin, and it's Dougie Aframan once again bottling it in the NORL series. Spins down to 6th place. He was doing so well, and the pressure of being on the podium for the first time scared him off the road. Scares Callum Spencer off the road as he rejoins. Now looking around the outside, not going to happen there. Callum Spencer then comes in to serve his drive-through penalty as a chaos train starts to resume behind him once again. Ragnar fighting Kevin Jacobs for P7, looking to go around the outside. Kevin on them soft tyres won't have as much grip as Ragnar. Been an awful start for Ragnar, but that will make do. Kevin Jacobs makes a mistake, and that's going to put him under pressure from not just Ragnar, but Tester Meister as well. Tester up the inside. Can he make the move stick? It's going to be tough because now he has the outside, but now he'll have the inside maneuver for the next corner. Bangs wheels of Kevin Jacobs to push him off the racing line, secure that. That's going to allow Subaru Ryan to follow him through. Out of the next corner we come. Up, down, down towards the chicane with many exits, as we can see. Glatsko 2, Death Stairs and Nemesis Racing all within very close proximity of each other. Down the straight, Glatsko 2 pulls to the inside, nowhere to go with it. The Force India locks up, but otherwise makes it through cleanly. Ragnar now looking to go up the inside of Dougie Aframan at the flat-out right-hand corner. Very brave if you make a move there. Not on this opportunity, though, from Ragnar. Anywhere to go with it, not quite. 3/10 of a second now separates Anel Tanovic and Lord George, the battle for P6 and P7 going on as well. Ragnar looking up the inside of Dougie Afroman. Any opportunity? Doesn't look like it. Ragnar gets a little bit early on the throttle, and that saves Dougie's bacon for now. Subaru Ryan battling away with Testermeister for P8 and P9. Testermeister, a very obscure move up the inside, but it works. Catches Subaru Ryan completely off guard in the battle for P8 and P9. And Testermeister up into P8 and gets DRS to pull away. So it's Chazza still leading from Nibbler. Very similar looking to what we saw in the early phases of Canada. The Ferraris just soldiering on with their formation. Now we can see Subaru Ryan is coming back at Testermeister. Testermeister offering the outside line, but saying you're not coming anywhere near the inside line. Subaru Ryan goes wide in both corners though. That will affect his run onto the straight. He needs to get a good run, then he can get a good tour DRS as well, and that's going to help him. Testermeister goes off the track in going wide himself, and now Subaru Ryan will get the better run of the two. Tester does get DRS off Dougie Afroman, but it is advantage Subaru Ryan. He's going to have to work a little bit harder because of that DRS kind of ruling out anything. Subaru Ryan down the inside, but it is so wide. It's in a different postcode to the Apex, and that's going to bring him under pressure from Kevin Jacobs. So you can see Galactic Skull 2, Nemesis Racing going at it, hammer and tong. The man's been out of commission on medical grounds for the last few races, but eager to get back into the swing of things. He's now on the outside of Galactic Skull 2. Can he go all the way around the outside, the flat-hand corner? That'd be amazing if he goes. No, huge contact! Huge contact. He's tapped Galactic Skull 2. He is out of the Grand Prix, and it has all gone wrong in a heartbeat, and one of the Saubers is out. No safety car, no yellow flags even, but no front wing for Nevin. Nevin is the hybrid of Kevin Jacobs and Nemesis Racing. But down the front start finish straight we go once again. It's Subaru Ryan versus Tester versus Dougie Afroman. Dougie Afroman's been roped into this fight now as well as the Supersofts start to gain on the Ultrasofts. The Ultrasofts start to lose their luster a little bit. Dougie Afroman struggles through turn 1, tries to hold it on turn 2. Testermeister so far on the outside, he's almost in Circuit de la Sarthe. Dougie Afroman looking to hold his position on the inside, but it's free abreast, and he just decides to stay out of that one. Very lucky not to get through without an accident there. Subaru Ryan goes through, but goes wide. Testermeister will come back at him. That will set Dougie Afroman up as well. But now we have Kevin Jacobs and Seppi getting involved in this five-way fight as we come down the back straight. Dougie Afroman demolishes the polystyrene board. As you can see, Subaru Ryan and Testermeister were the first to give us a little show up into the chicane. Will Subaru Ryan now be able to pull the move off? No, he won't. Dougie Afroman late on the brakes, trying to hold off Kevin Jacobs. Kevin Jacobs on the outside. Dougie Afroman still on the outside. Kevin Jacobs going to go all the way around the outside, admittedly cutting the track a bit to do so. Looks like he might get away with it due to the game, though. And then we can see Seppi is in the background, but nowhere doing at the moment. Lord Jog UK very close on the back of Anel Tanovic for the battle for P4 as well. Anel Tanovic goes super wide. Lord Jog looking for anything around the outside. There was nothing there for him. Has to settle for what he's got, but they'll have an opportunity into turn 1, I'm sure. So you can see the next train comes through, and it's Kevin Jacobs trying to fly away past the Red Bull. Almost feel like I'm an auctioneer with how fast I'm having to talk to keep up with the action. So here's the opportunity we're looking for. What's Anel Tanovic got in defense of Lord Jod? Then down the start finish straight into turn 1 we go. The battle for 4th commences, and we have Ragnar very closely involved in this as well. Ragnar gets a little bit longer in the slipstream, performs for the outside line to hold the optimum line. We can see the next few guys coming down the back straight. Looks like those are all going to hold position as well for the time being. We can see Lord Jod chasing down Anel Tanovic as Nemesis Racing comes into his pit stop to get rid of that old front wing for a new one after that damage with Galactic Skull. Wow, you can just see how much more entry speed Lord Jod had and how much Ragnar had to check up there. That was a very good camera angle to show you the kind of closing speeds these guys sometimes have to deal with, and Ragnar got a very good launch off that corner, much better than Lord Jod did, and now I think Lord Jod under pressure then from Ragnar more than Anel Tanovic is under pressure from Lord Jod. Ragnar looking up the inside. It's a very tricky move to make it, but you got to be super late on the brakes. No, he's not. Lord Jod going wide. That's going to allow Ragnar to help him Oh, wow, cuts to Apex like an absolute lawnmower, and is now going to be side by side with Ragnar, and he's going to try to go around the outside. Now this is dangerous, because this is how we just saw Nemesis Racing and Galactic Skull 2 collide and take each other out the Grand Prix. These guys managed to do it, so that's how you do it, boys. Around the outside goes Ragnar. What a move from the Toro Rosso. Can he now get a move on the McLaren immediately? No, but he does force Anel Tanovic wide, and that's going to bring Ragnar further into place, side by side into the final sector. They come around the outside. No, not quite. Gives the line back to Anel Tanovic, but now Anel, slow mid-corner. Chazza into the pits for P1, but Anel Tanovic under supreme pressure from the Toro Rosso, who mows the guard, and once more in terms of that Apex, side by side to turn 1. Lord George comes in for his pit stop while these two battle away. Ragnar up the inside, Anel Tanovic on the outside. Will Anel give the position away? Not without a fight. Tries to hold it on the outside. That'll give him the inside for the next corner, but the line favours Ragnar. Ragnar up into the podium. See similar battle going on with Subaru Ryan and Testameister. Testameister going wide out the first couple of corners. That's going to allow Subaru Ryan to look to the outside. If he can get the better line, Testameister cuts the corner. We'll get a warning for that. That's a warning to Testameister's tally for the total amount of corner cuts you can get in a race without being penalised. Around out of sector 1 they come. Testameister looking like he's not got the best of runs, but it doesn't look like Subaru Ryan got anything special either. Down the straight they come. Subaru Ryan will have DRS, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything with it. Nemesis Racing 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, but I was all completely wrong. Look at the straight line closing speed of Subaru Ryan. A bit of contact between the two, further contact between the two, either of them not wanting to give up. Subaru Ryan on the outside, then Testameister on the inside. Of course, we've seen crashes happen at this very next corner. That's how we lost to Sauber so early on. Looking around, something from the inside. What a beautiful setup from Subaru Ryan. If he can pull this move off, it'll be a masterclass down the inside of Testameister. What a beautiful setup from Subaru Ryan to give himself that line for the next corner. And what a run he got. Up into P5 for Subaru Ryan as we head into Sector 3. Nibbler then responds to Chazza's pit stop, seeing if he can counteract that undercut. Now, where will he come out in retaliation to Chazza? Because Chazza's only... Ooh, Nibbler might overcut. It's possible. Be close, because Chazza's got caught behind traffic on his outlap. Where's Nibbler? Nibbler coming to the end now. This is where Chazza's going to be. I think Chazza will just get it. Super long pit lane in Paul Ricard. Just gets it, but definitely got caught up in some traffic. Subaru Ryan and Testameister, meanwhile, still going at it as we head into Sector 1. On the inside, on the outside, wherever you are, you're holding your breath, because Testameister takes the position back. Good move by the Renault. And now Subaru Ryan looking for anything out of Sector 1, wants to get the better run out of this corner, and then he'll get a run down the straight. We saw the closing speed of this Red Bull, which leads me to believe that the Red Bull is running lower downforce than the Renault, because look at the closing speed side by side with the Renault already. Breezes past him, but Testameister desperate for anything on the outside. Maybe a switchback, nothing doing. Kevin Jacobs is getting involved as well on them soft tyres. We know that man can look after his tyres very well, but he's going to have to be careful not to get involved in this fight, because these boys firing absolute hammer and tong. Subaru Ryan on the outside, still Testameister there. Can Subaru hold on the outside any longer? No, he can't. He can only try to set himself up for a switchback to the inside. Beautiful textbook switchback, but Testameister holds on once again. Can he go around the outside? No. Can he try another switchback? No. Testameister parks his car in the exact place he needed to as we head into Sector 3. Anything from Subaru Ryan does not look like it. Looks like he'll have to hold his cards for turn 1. Chazza, meanwhile, passes Seppi. Seppi realising that's not his fight and lets him through. As we head down into turn 1, wouldn't be surprised if we saw Seppi pit. He does not, though. So Seppi's still involved, still going to use that Ferrari for a bit of tour and see if it can help him in his battle for the midfield. Later on, we can see Testameister all going wide. Kevin Jacobs goes the widest of the three of them, but still very much involved in this fight. Subaru Ryan will now try once again to go around the outside into Sector 1. Doesn't work for him though. Now he can throw it on the inside, but he will go wide. Big lock up from the Red Bull will put him under a bit of pressure from the Haas. Now it's all about who gets the best run through this corner, and I really can't tell. I'm not sure who got the best run. It's very hard to say, but Ryan, looking like he was the victor of that battle, gets DRS, gets some insane closing speed to go to the outside of that chicane. Can he outbrake Tester Meister? He can, but Tester coming back for the switchback. Subaru holds him off for now, but now there's a Ferrari, which is the race leader, getting involved. This is exactly what Nibbler needs to claw some points back on his teammate after the loss in Canada to his teammate, of course. Tester Meister goes around the outside of Subaru Ryan through this flat-out corner once again, and an absolute duet. Beautiful dance between man and machine as we go through the next corner. Tester Meister gets shoved wide. Chaz has closed in on this battle, though. Kevin let Chazza through without any relative battle, seeing if that can play tactical for Kevin Jacobs. Chazza desperate to get by on then soft compound tyres. Tester Meister shoves Ryan off the line. Ryan holds the inside for the final corner. That's going to mess both of these guys up. Hold Chazza up plenty. And now Chazza will get a double slipstream. That's about the only benefit he can get. So gets a slipstream to run alongside Subaru Ryan. Now will Subaru Ryan just lift off? Because there's Nibbler. Look, there's Nibbler. Nibbler is right behind Chazza now, as Chazza puts the car in between himself and his teammate, but still battling super hard. Tester Meister actually goes defensive against Chazza. So even though this isn't Tester Meister's fight, he's still putting up one hell of a scrap, holding the inside line. Finally, Chazza finds a way through, but Tester Meister goes right back. Absolutely astounding. Actually missed contact with a Ferrari there. It's so close. The margins here to being a huge controversial accident. Chazza gets through. The hard work for Chazza's done as Subaru Ryan goes to war with Tester Meister once again. Nibbler wants to get by as soon as he can. And now it's, oh, big accident. He hits Tester Meister and Subaru Ryan off. And Subaru Ryan, oh, Tester Meister comes back on. Almost hits Chazza. Chazza holds on to it. Great save by the Brit in 4th place. That could have been a huge accident. Wow. And all that was Subaru Ryan had the overspeed but didn't have anywhere to go with it. That was scary. Absolutely terrifying. Meanwhile, Dougie Aframan has passed Devstez into the chicane as well. And their battle's going to... The Tester Meister and Subaru Ryan battle is going to kick off right where it left off. Into the final sector now. Nibbler did gain a lot on Chazza through that. And I'm sure Chazza is scared. Are these guys on split strategies? They are not. It is a tyre glitch. So you can see that it looks like Chazza has the red compound super soft on. He does not. He has the soft. That is a visual glitch on the F1 2018 game. Hooray for Codemasters. Okay, Animal Tanovich then leads P8 in the box. Lord Jord will pass him with that undercut up into P8 for Lord Jord, and Tester Meister is in the pits for a new front wing as well. So it looks like he lost a chunk of that when he hit Nemesis. I'm sorry, not Nemesis, when he hit Chazza in the Ferrari. Apologise. Have a little cough break off the stream. So Carl Spencer's now past Tester Meister after that pit stop. Otherwise, the closest battle is the battle for the net lead. Danny Bin Lahar does lead on the super softs. This will be helping all going into Danny Bin Lahar's plan. The Ferrari's battling with a lot of traffic, could help him with that overrun on them super softs alternate strategy. So that's something to definitely watch out for, is keep an eye on Danny Bin Lahar, because he's still in this fight. And I think that's why the Ferraris aren't fighting harder, because they realise that the threat of the Renault overcutting them both on them super softs after the chaos of the midfield is very possible. So they just got to hammer away, work together, give each other the slipstream and tow, and pull each other along. Now, I don't know how long the super softs can go for. Well, there's your answer. Danny Bin Lahar pits then, so he's not going to be involved in this battle for the lead just yet. He's going to be a bit too far back. The Ferraris will pass him now. He's no longer an issue to worry about for Scuderia Ferrari. Maybe a few more laps. Could have brought himself into play, but he's got out of the way, makes way, and he will come back out in what I believe will be a net third. He'll be battling for the final position of the podium against, of course, the regular strategy runners, but mainly against Ragnar, who stayed. Loses that speed mid-corner, loses an awful lot of speed, and any run he would have had on the straight looks like it's going to be gone. but luckily for him, a bit of DRS and a lot of slipstream will rectify that, and he can bring himself back in. You can see Nibbler moving out of the slipstream as if to coordinate with Chazza. These guys very much working as a team, pulling each other along, doing what they need to do to secure a 1-2. So Ragnar is going around the final corner. He's not sorry, he's going around the flat-out corner. Danny Ibn Lahar is closing in on Seppi. Now, if Team Toro Rosso is working as well as Ferrari, Seppi's job now will be to hold up Danny Ibn Lahar for that battle for the podium for as long as he possibly can, while Ragnar goes for the overcut. Now, how hard will Seppi fight Danny Ibn Lahar? How hard can he fight him with 11-lap-old supers versus brand new softs? We'll see how well the fight he puts up is, because Ragnar's in the pits now, and Danny's just going to drive around the outside, which goes for the inside of the final corner. Not the smoothest of overtakes, but gets the job done nevertheless. Whereas Ragnar not going to be able to overcut Danny Ibn Lahar. Danny up into a net third once Kevin Jacobs pits then. Kevin Jacobs stays out on them 12-lap-old soft tyres. We would have seen a similar strategy from, of course, Galactic Skull 2, but he's out of the way. So meanwhile, Ragnar then just got beaten out the pits by Lordjord, but immediately on the offensive to take that P6 away on the outside, which turns for the inside. Beautiful shot there, the cars side by side. Anything Lordjord can say against Ragnar, or is Ragnar going, no thank you ma'am, this P6 is mine? We'll see who gets the better run out this corner. Looks like it could be Lordjord actually, so Lordjord could come back into the chicane in the slipstream. A bit of DRS now will bring the fight into a bit more involvement. We can see just how much speed he's got compared to the Toro Rosso. Up the inside he will go, and Ragnar looking for anything, just needs to keep it clean. He can beat Lordjord, but there's no point throwing it all away in the chicane. We've seen so many times today already. Up to the flat-out right-hander for Ragnar. He can try get a better run like we saw Subaru Ryan did earlier in the Grand Prix. Actually getting an awful lot of time, but not enough to throw a move up the inside. But Lordjord goes wide, invites the Toro, so you can see how desperate Ragnar was working the gears there just to get the nose of the car turned in to get it where he wanted to get the undercut on Lordjord. Nothing doing on this occasion. Up to the final corner, or not the final corner, but the final sector. Very tight and twisty and hard to overtake, but certainly possible. Round the final corner and down the front straight we go. DRS in favour of Ragnar should give him the opportunity to make the move, but he's got to go around the outside to do it. That's where Lordjord's forcing him. That's going to make it difficult, but Lordjord early brakes, lets him through because he's got this man behind him to worry about next. And Altanovic on the 3-lap-old soft tyres, bringing himself into the fray as well. Ow. As I get twanged by a piece of elastic, Lordjord goes for a very opportunistic move. But now Seppi's been involved in this fight. Now, if Toro Rosso are working together again, Seppi should just let Ragnar through and then try play ball. And that looks like that's exactly what's happening. A coordinated switch at Toro Rosso sees Ragnar lead, and now Seppi uses the slipstream to try keep ahead of the DRS threat of Lordjord behind. Lordjord will be desperate not to let Ragnar get away, but how desperate? Because Aneltanovic is on the inside. He's got to worry about his own battle with him. Seppi will now play a sort of rear gunner as he actually gets hit by Lordjord and shoved out the way. But Lordjord is going to get involved with Aneltanovic, and Ragnar getting away while these guys go free wide in that right-hand corner. Never going to work in a month of Sundays. And Seppi just lets them go because it got so aggressive that Seppi was almost taken out by Lordjord. Lordjord pushing him out of the chicane. And Altanovic, good stuff to bring himself into the fight for the podium, potentially, because Danny Ibn Lahar has caught Kevin Jacobs and should pass him with relative ease. Of course, Kevin Jacobs' tyres 11 laps older. There's not a snowball's chance in hell that Kevin Jacobs will match the traction of Danny Ibn Lahar. So it's just the nature of the way tyres work that Danny Ibn Lahar's traction will eventually get him past. How hard does Danny dare fight though? Kevin putting up a valiant defence despite being on them older tyres, but Danny Ibn Lahar, of course, gets the move done. But Kevin Jacobs might get a bit of DRS to kind of console him. If he goes for a move for it, though, I really fear as if he won't stop. Seppi, Nemesis, and Callum all making their second stops. Here comes Kevin Jacobs. Can he stop on those dead tyres? Ooh, he can, but not easily. He had to really put his back into it to stop that. Oh, don't lose it all now, boys. And that's the difference in traction there. You could see how much Danny Ibn Lahar got the traction on Kevin out the corner and just had nowhere to go with it but into the back of Kevin Jacobs. That could have been so much worse. But these guys pull it off. So, into sector 3 for the next run for the 15th time. 12 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Chazza leads ahead of Niblo. Kevin Jacobs third, but yet to pit. So, Danny Ibn Lahar, the man you're watching, is net third, but is getting held up by Kevin Jacobs, which means Ragnar and Anel Tanovic pull themselves into play. And look at that. You could just see Danny was scared to go anywhere with that. To the inside. Will he take P3 finally from Kevin Jacobs? No, because he goes wide straight after. This is nightmarish stuff for Danny Ibn Lahar. And luckily for him, it's not gravel. Like we said, it's like a car park. There's just tarmac everywhere, which allows Danny to keep his foot in it and keep within the battle. He could have actually lost a lot more time. Danny up the inside once again, but this time Kevin Jacobs is there on the outside. And it's Kevin Jacobs who will have DRS once again on Danny Ibn Lahar. Down the back straight we go, and the Haas will gain and gain and gain until he's passed up the inside. And this is costing Danny all the time because that's Ragnar in the Toro Rosso behind, who's gaining up for this battle for third place, the final spot on the podium. This isn't Kevin Jacobs' fight, but he's making it a hell of a lot more interesting for us in third place. Kevin Jacobs up to the inside, surely not. Up the inside of the flat right out of the corner. Danny's got so much more to lose here. They might as well just let Kevin have that corner. Try, hold it around the outside. Use that extra grip of his new softs around the outside to try put an end to this valiant attempt by Kevin Jacobs to keep up here. And now through this tight and twisty section, the traction of the brand new softs compared to the 15-lap old softs should help Danny get away from Kevin and not have to worry about him. But it's certainly worked out for Ragnar, who's now under 2 seconds behind Danny, despite being 5 seconds behind previously. Job is a good one for Danny Ibn Lahar up into P3, no longer having to worry about it. Meanwhile, Nimbler gaining all the time on Chazza, but it's so coordinated, it's a clear 1-2 going to the line. Now, Nimbler will have the run on Chazza. Will he pull out of the slipstream once again? This time, no. Staying firmly in the slipstream, closing the gap monumentally to his teammate as they go incredibly close. Closest we've seen them all race. Lord George into the pits on lap 10 for a new pair of super soft tyres. We'll drop to P11. So Nibbler very close to his teammate. Can we finally see the Ferraris battling each other? We saw this in Canada before. It all went wrong for Nibbler. But it's a very strong prancing stallion formation at the front. Despite then getting very close on some occasions, we've never actually seen an attempt for the move from Nibbler yet. Will he make a move? And any attempt to turn one, he gets to DRS. Ragnar, by the way, passes Kevin Jacobs. Kevin Jacobs' tyres starting to fall off the cliff here. He should probably think about pitting soon. Not sure what his strategy is, but he's starting to drop. His pace is really cornered off now. He's got the best out of them softs, and I think he might have to think about trading them in. But he might be going for some ultra softs for the end of the race. Something that Murcielago has done as well. Murcielago out on the ultra soft tyres. As we can see, by the way, this battle is still going on. Testameister tried to go around the outside. There's the onboard sound glitch of Testameister. So we weren't right on board with Testameister for a while. Testameister gets the run, goes for the inside this time. Great battle between Subaru and Testo today. Testo takes away P8 from Subaru Ryan. Nemesis Racing picks up another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, you could assume that was. Where are the Ferraris? They're in the final sector. I really can't tell. They're either pulling off an absolute perfected, pre-discussed 1-2 for Chazza, or Nimbler's really starting to pressure now. Regardless, they'll catch a back marker. How are these two doing on that back straight? Because I think Subaru Ryan, yep. Subaru Ryan due to make a move around the outside, but Testameister holds it on the inside. Will Ryan throw it on the inside for the next part of the chicane? He will, but doesn't work for him. Now we'll get a good run. Doesn't go for the inside line, goes for the outside line. That's the racing line. Clever decision by Ryan there to hold it on the outside. Ooh, banging wheels. Look how close these guys are. And Ryan goes atomically wide, which helps out Testameister. Of course, both on soft tyres, although it does look like Testa has the glitch again, showing us red soft, super softs, and it is in reality both of them running yellow softs. Kevin Jacobs finally does pit. He's got, contact, big contact between Testameister and Ryan. These two are starting to get personal now. The gloves are off. Does drag down the start-finish straight. Who got the DRS? Nobody got DRS. So these guys will have to do it on their own merit. And Ryan will try go around the outside, thinks better of it. Not a corner, he's confident that will work out for him. Rather, he'll let Testameister make the mistake, and then I'll get a run into the next corner, the downhill chicane, looking to the outside, anything. Testameister locks up the left front. That will show a sign of weakness for Ryan to exploit. Ryan's had awful luck in this championship thus far, but looking like he's going to try and make the best of a bad day. And going for P6 is a good way to do it. It's a good way to get 8 points back to your name, but you got to beat a very stubborn Renault before you can claim it. Subaru Ryan gets an awesome run, and therefore will be a long way clear before we even reach the chicane, but does go a bit deep, and that gives the Renault an opportunity to go around the outside, just like Subaru Ryan did earlier. Ooh, these guys pulling it off. Something Galactic Skull 2 and Nemesis didn't pull off, of course. We saw a big accident, so we know the risk. You saw Testameister got on the marbles there, drifted wide, and lost the lead to Subaru Ryan. Well, the lead in terms of that battle. I think we're about ready to confirm that Ferrari are pulling off a 1-2 strategy. As the gap falls back down to about 6 tenths. Good battling from these guys. Subaru looks like he's won it for now, but Kevin Jacobs is coming in quick on them brand new ultra soft tyres. Testa going very wide will give Kevin Jacobs an opportunity to close in a bit more. He could be with them by the DRS strip. He will be with them by the DRS strip. And with the traction of those new ultra softs, he might get a better run of the three of them. Let's find out then what Kevin Jacobs has in store for these guys. DRS open, short shifts to maximise 8th gear, pulls to the inside, very late defence from Testameister, and he's passed safely, but Testa tries to come back from an awful long way back. Nothing doing. Kevin Jacobs gets one. Now can he get Ryan? Both of these guys are much older soft tyres. They won't have the traction. Kevin tries to go around the outside, and ooh, it's a good way to lose a chunk of front wing, Kevin. You've got to be very careful if you're going to destroy our lovely polystyrene boards like that. Went so far wide, we almost ended up back at Magny Core. So Subaru Ryan offering a better defence than Testameister did so far. Of course, it is circumstantial based on where these were on track. But this should be a good opportunity for Kevin Jacobs. No, it's not, because he gets all kind of out of shape, and that's going to actually allow Testameister to come back into the fight and maybe try to get his P7 back. But Kevin Jacobs has DRS as well. That kind of nullifies the battle in terms of straight line speed. For now, through Sector 1 they go. Testa going wide once again. Meanwhile, Nibbler is going for the lead around the outside. What is this? What just happened momentarily? We have to focus on this one. Apologies to Testa, Subaru and Kevin. This one's more important, but wow, we saw a lead change. What happened there? Is Nibbler going for it? 6 laps to go. Nibbler makes a move for the lead and then loses it again. What's Nibbler's game plan here? Gaining for turn 1. Off the throttle. Not wanting to make a move in turn 1. He'll have a very good run down that back straight if he wants the lead this time around. Kevin Jacobs does get Subaru Ryan and starts to pull away, by the way, to keep you updated with that battle through sector 1. Good opportunity, best we've seen for Nibbler. Now we'll find out what his intentions are. A lap younger tyres, right with his teammate, DRS. He's got the better energy storage. Nibbler looks like he's got all the buttons here to take the lead for the French Grand Prix. Chazza goes defensive, Nibbler to the inside, but the lead of the Grand Prix into the chicane. Nibbler takes the lead at the chicane. And he's through on his teammate, but Chazza coming back. Something fierce, looking to the outside this time. Can he go around the outside of his teammate on the long right-hand corner? It's hard to do. Don't take each other out, boys. Whatever you do, farm round. Here we go. These guys wheel to wheel. Chazza takes the lead of the Grand Prix back. And it looks like that's what might have happened last time as well. Chazza situates to get the better run on Nibbler. Nibbler will have to think of a new tactic if he wants to pass his teammate. That'll do. Chazza gets a little bit early on the throttle, actually messes up. How daring will Nibbler be? He needs to try something unconventional, but just how unconventional will he do it? Out of the final corner, DRS for Nibbler, I'm sure. But will he get a run into turn 1? It's not a great place to make a move, but clearly the chicane isn't working for him either. So what's he going to do here? Is he going to send it like Daniel Ricciardo? No, just a little bit too far back. Holds off for now, holds station through sector 1. Chazza gets the better run out of turn 2, and then we'll make a good run down into turn 3. Can Nibbler get the better run through the turn 3, 4, 5, 6 complex to get a good run down the back straight? So, here we go then, down the back straight once again. What will Nibbler be able to do? 0.6 of a second is the gap going into the chicane. 5 tenths, it'll be 4 tenths, then it'll be 3 tenths. But is it going to be anything enough for Nibbler to do anything with? No, it's not. Too far back. Chazza reigns supreme for this lap. Testameister, meanwhile, is coming back on Kevin Jacobs. Didn't think I'd be saying that. Just check back in with the leaders because I'm hearing that Nibbler has actually got the better run of the chicane. Goes up the inside of the flat right-hand corner, but the racing line favours Chazza's line at the outside. Chazza will try go tight, try get the undercut on his Australian teammate. Anywhere to go with it. No, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. He's up into the lead in P1 for Nibbler. Finally gets the move done on his teammate. Now it's Chazza's turn with 5 laps to go. Soon to be 4 laps to go. Sorry, I got that wrong. It's actually going to be the other way around. It's going to be 3 laps to go, starting on the next lap. Chazza's turn to go on the offensive, but Nibbler's got the 1 lap younger tyres in his favour. He's had the better ERS management all race long, and Chazza looking for anything, trying to scare his Ferrari brethren off the road. And if you do this, something you would never see with real Ferrari. Chazza, gloves come off, Dougie Aframan picks up a penalty. Chazza looking for the inside of the next corner, almost scares his teammate clean off the road. Now we'll try set him up for a good run through 5 and 6 for a run down the DRS straight. Who will get the better run out of this corner? Nibbler gets the better initial run, but then it starts to come back to Chazza. The slipstream starts to come into play. These guys have both got very similar ERS levels, so it's all based on DRS, top speed and fuel. Is Chazza going to go for it up the inside? Yes, he is. It was half-hearted, but he went for it in the end. The 2 Ferraris bang wheels. Nibbler reigns supreme once again, but will Chazza get the better run out of the chicane? It looks like he might, and now he'll go for the inside. It is the optimal line to have the outside line. That's why Nibbler's staying there. Chazza not thinking of anything because now he's trying to set him up to get the better run into the next corner that he's got a better opportunity of taking it. Can he go down the inside? Nibbler goes wide, taking a much wider line. Chazza going a lot tighter as we go into the Sector 3 complex. Nibbler holds on, and he needs to start pulling away from his teammate now because his teammate is definitely on the offensive, definitely gaining 7th gear, 6th gear, 5th gear. You can just see down, absolutely destroying the gearbox, trying to get down these gears to slow down and get the front nose turned in just that little bit more as well. Down into turn 1 we go. Looks like Nibbler's got this one covered, but we saw last time that it was Chazza that's stronger in sector 1, which sets him up for that DRS straight. Now, who's going to get the better run through sector 1? And it's going to be Chazza again. And Chazza might be able to get it done before the DRS straight. Now, that'd be tricky. He has to decide if he wants to do this or not. That's why he holds back a little bit. He wants to be behind when he gets that DRS. Now, none of these guys want to lead at the DRS line. That's why Nibbler holding on the outside. You sure you don't want to pass? Are you sure? None of them want to lead at the detection point. But it will be Nibbler that leads at the detection point, which means Chazza will get the DRS. And he's so close. It's full advantage, Chazza. And now he'll have the inside line for the next chicane. And it should be pretty textbook from here on out. Anything Nibbler can do, goes super late on the brakes to hold it on the outside, which turns to the inside. But now Chazza will go for that better run that he's been so trying to do this week. And now he tries to go up the inside at a flat right-hand corner. Will he hold back and go for what he tried to do last time? No, he will not hold back. He will go for it. Up the inside. Racing line favours Nibbler, but now Chazza had the inside, which is always good. And he goes super wide. Not sure why the spectator bugged out and sent us all the way down to last. I apologise. Chazza tried to send it up the inside, nothing doing. Luckily for him, this track is majority pavement. 2 laps to go. Chazza running out of opportunities. Getting a little bit hot under the collar with that move, I think. So here we go. DRS for Chazza will bring him into play for his run through sector 1 again. That's what he's been so good at doing. Neither of these boys want to lead at that DRS detection point, but it was Nibbler that lead, and somehow he survived. Can he survive it again? Because they both get similar runs this time. But the slipstream is helping Chazza. Now Nibbler's saving ERS here. Nibbler playing it smart. You can see. Just let's take a look here. We go on the spectator menu and bring up the telemetry. Chazza has 24% ERS. Nibbler has 35. He's saving it for this defense because Nibbler deploys his now to try counteract the DRS. Nothing doing though, because the DRS is just so much more powerful that he gets alongside and passes him before the chicane. Now Chazza's back into the lead. Can Nibbler get the better run of the chicane that Chazza's been doing all day? No, he cannot. Chazza takes the lead and looks quite comfortable with it at this stage. Nibbler has been caught napping, to be quite honest with you. And Chazza goes, thank you very much. I'll do that with an easy move. But now Nibbler trying to say, look, mate, I may be napping there, but I'm wide awake now. It may be 7 in the morning in Australia, but this man is more awake than ever. And realizes he's about to begin his final lap to take the win at the French Grand Prix. Now, this is very interesting, which means if it stays like this, when we get to the chicane, it will be Nibbler who has the advantage and luxury of DRS down that big back straight. But we've seen how much more powerful the overrun can be out of that chicane. Chaz has pulled it off many times. If you get a better line than a man with DRS, you get a better run and can hold it up the inside of that flat right corner. Now it looks like Chaz is looking very comfortable through sector 1, something Nibbler has struggled with in comparison to his teammate this week. He's running out of time, running out of talent, running out of money. Does Chazza have it in the bag? Or does the Australian have a trick up his sleeve? Who gets the better run? Judging by the timing, it looked very equal, but now the DRS and slipstream comes into play. Chazza looks a bit too far ahead from me, unless it's going to be desperation from Nibbler. Nothing into this corner, but if he can get the better run out the chicane, it's still all to play for. A little lockup from Chazza. Anything from Nibbler? No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like Chazza might get away with it. Up to the next right-hand corner, flat. They will go. Anything Nibbler's got, he needs to send it now, and he gets the better run. We saw Subaru Ryan do this earlier on in the race. Gets the better run, which gives him the inside for the next corner. Can go tight. Chazza forced to go wide. Chazza, can he do anything? Can Chazza get a switchback, which will send him for the inside? Will he aim for the inside now? No, he would. It does scare Nibbler a little bit off the road, but Nibbler's still there. Nibbler's done a worldie, exactly like Subaru Ryan did as we come into the final corner. Anything from Chazza needs to come now. He needs to go up the inside, set himself up nicely for it. Will go up the inside. Nibbler has the inside switchback though, and will drag to the line. It's a Ferrari 1-2, and it's Nibbler who takes the win in France. And there you go, there's the Ferrari 1-2. They pulled each other, for the first 20 laps, they pulled each other in formation and then let it all rip in the final 7 laps and give us a hell of a show. Archilago DNS. Danny Ibn Lahar wins the battle for the podium, Ragnar 3rd, and Altanovic 5th. Looks like Subaru Ryan wins that little battle for 6th, Testameister 7th. It all went wrong for Kevin Jacobs somewhere, who will finish 8th. Seppi looks like he'll finish 9. Any other battles towards the end of this lap? Does not look like it. Looks like all is said and done. Where did it go wrong for this man? The man who was in 3rd in the first few laps of this Grand Prix will come home and finish 12th. A day of what if for Dougie Aframan, as it is a lot of other people. The French Grand Prix comes to a close. Lord George holds on to 11th, but there's no points for 11th. Callum Spencer picks up a point despite starting 3rd. That jump start ruined his race before it even started. Dev stares across the line for P13, and the final man makes his return to NORL. Surely not the way he would have wanted to do it. But across the line in P14, what a battle from Ferrari. There you go, Nibbler back on the top step. Ferraris went hammer and tong, but it's Nibbler who reigns triumphant today. So that has been the French Grand Prix of NORL round number 8. You can join us for round number 8 of the FIA GT3 series on Wednesday. Or you can join us next week for more of this action here at NORL. Thank you so much for watching. Until next week, I apologise. Until next week, we will catch you again. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.